All right, we're back here on the notes. So hopefully you just wrote a sentence that compares the momentum of a train and a bicycle. Your sentence might say, the train has more momentum than a bicycle because the train has more mass. So momentum equals mass times speed. This is what the equation looks like. It looks like P equals mv. M stands for mass, and the units for that is kilograms. V stands for speed, and our units are meters per second. And P stands for momentum. And for the units for momentum, we have to combine the units for mass and speed. And so what it looks like is that little bit of a mess right there. Kg times meters per second. We say kilogram meters per second for that one. And we do have to write it every time. So if you haven't yet, pause the video, maybe do that right here and make sure you get all this black text information down. The V there, the V means velocity. So for this class, we're just going to call it speed. But just so you know where the V comes from, that comes from that word velocity, which means speed. So we want to think about the pattern that relates these two variables, mass and speed, to momentum. So you can see here as the mass increases, follow my mouse down here, as the mass increases, momentum increases in what sort of pattern? And then we've got the speed increasing on this graph and the momentum increasing in what kind of pattern? So what kind of pattern is this? You learned this pattern earlier in the year. Think about it. All right, hopefully you recall that this is a linear pattern and that so mass and momentum as well as speed and momentum have linear relationships to each other. So let's look at this example. Which of these has more momentum? Write down, what do you think? Does the scooter or the moped have more momentum and why? If you had trouble answering that, that's okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell just based on a picture what has more momentum. So we're going to calculate with some numbers here. Here's a 70 kilogram woman and a scooter. They're going 10 meters per second. Over here is a 100 kilogram woman and a moped going 5 meters per second. So we can use these numbers to calculate momentum here. So here's the situation. We got a Lime scooter. The mass is 70 kilograms. The speed is 10 meters per second. Then you got the moped. The mass is 100 kilograms and the speed is 5 meters per second. So you can see that all here in the table right here. We've got our units and everything. So you definitely want to copy this table over into your notes so you have this example. What we're going to do is multiply. So you can see the little multiplication symbol popped up. We're going to multiply 70 times 10, and that's going to give us our momentum, which is 700 kilogram meters per second. The moped, we're going to multiply 100 times 5. That's going to give us 500 kilogram meters per second. So ultimately, what you can see here is that the Lime scooter in this situation over here actually has more momentum. So even though the moped has more mass, the speed of the scooter is what's going to give that scooter more momentum. So when we have numbers and we can calculate momentum, that's the best way to determine it. More momentum there. That is the end of these momentum notes. So again, go back and watch the video if you missed anything or you want to add anything, want to hear it again. Thanks for being patient with my voice or lack thereof.